Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. It's super great to be here. It's another Sunday evening in my neck of the wood. So, wherever it is that you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's super great to be here. And guess what? It's time to connect. All right, guys. It's been an amazing top of the year thus far, and I simply want to celebrate everybody that's is doing something to ensure that this year delivers greatness to them. All right, so it's been amazing. We started off the Connect for the year last Sunday. We had an abridged episode last Sunday evening, Sunday night, and where I basically just shared the plans for the quarter for the year. And if you remember right, you remember that we said that we're going to be dedicating our different episodes to different thematic areas or different areas of discuss. And we said that the first of the episodes of every quarter of every month will be dedicated to business and everything that has to do with structuring and positioning and success hacks and everything that has to do with business will be dedicated to the first episode. The second Sunday will be dedicated to personal development. So it has to do with your personal growth, your awareness, your ability to adapt, your ability to perform, the things that inhibit you, the things that challenges that hold you down, how to break barriers, how to rise above limitations, basically how to become the best version of yourself. The third Sunday is dedicated to relationships. And amazing the number of feedback that we got about people that wanted us talking about una like relationship matters. So many people wanted us talking about relationship issues, and it's true because I always maintain. I was talking to a group of very brilliant minds just yesterday at a business hangout, and I said to them that the greatest resource that God has given to humanity is relationship. And I mean it when I say that. Because through the instrumentality of relationship, you can activate many things. You can deploy many things. You can access many opportunities via the instrumentality of relationships. So relationships remain the greatest resource that God has given to humanity. And then we said that where there are 5 Sundays in a month, we'll have a Q&A session on the 4th Sunday. And on the 5th Sunday, where we usually have What Are You Thankful For, we'll be delving into things of the spirit and things of the soul. So it's very essential. So as you can see, we've had a very well-crafted and well thought out process to engage you even further and engage you deep. So to everybody joining us today, those that will be catching up with the video, those that will be watching in the course of the week, those who join us in time to come, a massive welcome to you. We don't take it for granted. You could have been doing anything at this time. You could have been doing a lot of other things at this time, but you chose to connect with us, and we're deeply appreciative of that. This is 3 years running of the Connect, and really, where will we be without you. Nowhere really. So I want to say massive thank you to everybody, that has kept us going. The stakeholders, the support systems, in many regards, the sponsors. Yes, bringing on board corporate sponsors in the course of the next few weeks. Amazing! A little idea now. Companies want to be able to pay for the space, just to associate with the greatness that is you. So we're deeply grateful for all of that, and we'll unveil the plans as they come along. Yesterday, last night, the Becoming Masterclass, amazing. A big shout out to every participant, everybody who joined in class, and everybody was a part of it. It was simply amazing. Watch out for the next masterclass, so the next AU session coming up at any time in the course of the weeks to come or in the course of next month. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you register early. Make sure you follow every activity that I'm involved with or affiliated with over the next few days. Something really massive is lined up for you. All right, because I have a secret desire. I have a desire to see you excel. A real desire, to see you excel. So awesome time. Thank you for joining us wherever it is that you're joining us from, and we're going to get straight into it. Now, for a while I have been alone in the studio dealing with your questions, responding to issues through the last month of last year, and of course heralding the maiden episode for this year. But today I am not doing this alone. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. I'm really going to just I have been speaking for the last 48 hours, one engagement back to back. Guess what? My guest also has been speaking for the last 48 hours back to back. But I'm telling him that as the host, I'm going to take a back seat and I'm going to let him do most of the talking today. I have an amazing and phenomenal gentleman who is joining me today. We have some comments. Thank you so much, Beverly of Life, my sister from another mother. In fact, our mothers are twins. So my sister from my mother. Beverly, it's great to see you. It's amazing, Beverly. So much for us to do together this year. And forgive me if I haven't been in touch. I publicly apologize. All right, Beverly Chiamaka, thank you for joining us here. What an amazing time we had yesterday at Amy's Hangout. It was phenomenal in the city of Enugu. It was phenomenal. We just had great thoughts shared, great, excellent event, excellent collaboration, excellent stuff that went on yesterday. I was glad to be really privileged and glad to be one of the guest speakers, and I really salute. Oh, Stephanie, my sister Stephanie, is great to be here. Aniebet Francis, amazing. Aniebet, you're finally here, and I'm going to have you on this show sometime in the next few weeks. So Aniebet, stay tuned. It's great to have you here. All right. Okay, guys. To everybody else joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Today we're discussing business, and we're having the business conversation, and we think this Thrive, the business conversation. Somebody say Thrive, the business. Okay, we're not in church, Abby. Somebody say Thrive, the business conversation. So we're going to have the business conversation with Dr. Triple A. All right, so I'm going to be bringing him into the studio very soon. Now he's like I said, he's somebody that a phenomenal friend of mine, a covenant brother of mine, has been someone I've known for many years, and someone who is doing really good in his field studies. But permit me to just share a bit of his profile with you before I bring him into the studio. All right, so Dr. Triple A, his biological, the name that his government name, the one that his mother knows him by. His government name is Adeniyi Adebola Atiba. In other words, Triple A, Adeniyi Adebola Atiba. And he's popularly and fondly called Dr. Triple A. He's a profit guru, is an experienced success hack scientist, an astute leader, and I can attest to that in many regards. He's a sales consultant. His mastery in communicating the concepts and principles of sales is something I really cherish and honor. All right. He's a social media manager. He's a seasoned management consultant, an experienced business analyst, a certified life coach, certified social media. He's a content king, a lecturer, an HR generalist, and strategic planner. And he's also one of the clergy folk. This guy is absolutely loaded. And so when it comes to you with not just with mankind principles, it comes to you with divine principles that are applicable in your experience here on earth. It's so amazing. He's been and he has great dexterity in the areas of the marketplace and workplace, exceptional performance, productivity, profitability, leadership, business management, career advancement, financial freedom, and he works with professionals and business owners across diverse sectors to be able to help them strengthen their businesses, bring them to the place of profitability, and simply bring them to the platform of thriving. Now, this is who I'm going to be having a conversation with over the next 45 minutes or so. And so if you have your virtual hands right there, and you do have your virtual hands there, please put them together as a welcome to the studio. I believe he's reaching me from the city of Ibadan, or your state, Southwest Nigeria, Dr. Triple A. All right, so I'm going to bring Dr. Triple A to the studio. There you go. Dr. Triple A, please confirm that you can hear me.
Hello, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. I'm here. It's great to be
Amazing,
here, and
amazing,
I'm
amazing.
excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's good to be here, and much love to us. Thank you for showing up. Without you, of course, there would be no show. I'm so excited, brother. Have me back on the show. It's fine, and it's lovely. I'm super proud of what been doing all these years, and what you know really what I really cherish the most is your consistency. Your consistency. Come rain, come shine. I know that there've been time when AU has been literally, I mean, fapped out, sick and everything, and still showed up. I mean, the world should celebrate such consistency. I mean, I celebrate it. Thank you
Got it.
so much for your consistency
All
and
up to
all that.
him.
So
All
it's
up to
great to be
him.
here. I'm so glad. Yes, all glory be to him. And we celebrate you too. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. I'm super stumped. I'm ready to go on. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's such a pleasure to have you here as always. I mean, someone, like I said before, I brought you in whilst you were in the waiting room. You're someone that I have a lot of respect for, someone I also have a very deep relationship with, someone I cherish. Not too many people do I give the label of a covenant partner or a covenant brother, but you're one that is such. Beyond just me, the family, interrelationship and all of that. So it's really a deep honor. It's my pleasure that you're able to find time out of your extremely busy schedule to be here. So we're going to get straight into the conversation now. Now, as you very well know, the theme for today is Thrive, the business
Yeah.
conversation. And there's no doubt about it
Yes.
that, look, if you look at the figures, look at the indices on the surface, and look at what the economic parameters are around, in Nigeria, where we are right now. There's a lot without deep thinking or going beyond the surface, there's a lot to be concerned about, a lot to be worried about. And I mean, even across the globe, I'm reading papers and I'm hearing of companies laying off 7,000 people and people laying off 10,000 staffers just because they are trying to, be able to adjust and remodel their business structure so that they can at least survive and stand a chance of thriving. Hmm. Now, and I'm saying to myself, and by the way, and I want to say something that you'll probably come to later. Many times,
Okay.
organizations say that our people are our greatest assets. And so when they're doing the adverts and looking for investors and all of that and talking about themselves to the customers, they say our people are our greatest assets. But every time organizations and firms hit stormy waters, the first assets that they throw off the ship are people. We don't
Yeah.
hear them say
Yeah.
how many cars they sold.
How
We
many?
don't hear
Yeah.
them say
Yeah.
how many buildings they let off. They first let go of the people and then start what they term as restructuring. But we'll come back to that in a bit. All right. But really, for me, I just want you to, just really start and take it away from there. If I feel the need to interject, I will. But really, the floor is yours for today. Um, just talk to us about, first of all, what your thoughts are about doing business right now, and how it's so possible. What are the hacks that are necessary, all right, that are necessary for every business person to lean into, to give attention to, so that they don't just survive. They move from the realm of surviving, or from the terrains of surviving to the realm of thriving. Dr. Triple A, take it away.
All right. Okay. Thank you, bro. All right. So first thing I want to say is this, that it all starts with you. As a business owner, it all starts with you. And I want to take it from here. Maybe sometime, maybe if it had been like maybe like a year ago, I would not have said what I'm about to say today. I want to say this today, that number one, it starts with you. It
Mm,
starts with the business owner. Number one, Henry Ford said, if you can, he said, you will make it happen. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't.
mm, mm,
If there's anything that I've found out, it's the fact that a lot of us are actually giving. This is not the time to give up, dear business owner. So let me start with inspiration. Let me start with encouraging the business owner that we need to believe in ourselves. You made it this far already.
mm,
This is not the time for you to throw in your towel and give up. It
mm,
starts with you. Okay. So what has happened is that yes, the economy has changed globally. There's been a lot of meltdown. There's been a lot of depression. When I say depression, I'm saying economic depression. I'm not even talking recession. I'm saying the economic depression. And trust me, there's a word that sounds as really ideal that says that there's a lot of economic depression everywhere. What we need more than anything is to believe in yourself. It starts with that. You must
mm,
believe in yourself. You must believe that you have what it takes to get this going. And while, yes, your finance is being affected, let's take it further. One of the things that has shocked me the past 1 year, and I was there with you, that has changed everything literally for me as a business person, because I'm going to be sharing a lot of my personal stuff, and then I'm going to
right,
share it with you,
right.
cutting edge things that I've seen that has happened with a lot of businesses. Is that I've discovered that, look, let me tell you, if you are not a spiritual person in this season, you're going to lose it.
Mm,
You will lose it. You're
mm,
going to be, it starts with your spiritual foundation, that's where your strength. I've seen people lose money and go bonkers. Literally go bonkers. They went mad. I
mm,
know what I'm talking about. They lost their minds because you see, what they had been making them successful, super, so all of a sudden stopped working, and they lost their mental health because they just couldn't fathom how.
mm,
There's the same thing you've been doing, the same principles you've been applying, but they're no longer working. So the people that will thrive in this season must be people that have a strong spiritual foundation, somebody who literally has an anchor. If you're a Christian like me, of course, you know that your anchor is Christ. I'm not trying to be
yeah.
religious here. I'm being fundamentally very serious, because if you really search out all the successful business owners that are still thriving now, check it out. These guys
Yeah.
have something spiritual that is anchoring them, that is keeping them safe. So this is not the time for you to run away from your anchor.
Wow.
So you got to be spiritual. That is number one, because you see,
Right.
things are happening that physical things cannot explain. There are things that are happening that physically we can't explain. That
Mm,
you need it
yeah.
more than ever now, more than anything. People are calling. Look. Now let me bring this closer now and quickly say to you, I've had to speak my reality into being. Really speak my reality into being. I lost some money last year, and it shook me to the core. But I survived because I had an anchor. Not just that, I
Mm,
survived because I literally spoke reality into creation. Into reality. I spoke my reality. I spoke it out. I kept on speaking what I wanted to see. I kept on saying it. Let me tell you this. Look, we need to understand these things out. They are real and they work. Yes, you see,
mm,
as a life coach, we call them affirmations. We call them confessions. When you're a Christian, you say it's a confession, affirmations, confession, whatever it is you call it. These things are real. Speaking is
yeah.
powerful. You see, your brain literally starts to connect with the wavelength of your confession with your affirmations, because you're affirming that, I'm successful, I'm rich, I have money globally, money comes to me,
Mm,
things are working for me. You are
mm,
reprogramming yourself. That frequency, you're operating from that frequency, it changes things.
yeah,
Because literally, once you accept you are defeated.
that's it.
And let me tell you something. There's no way that you are defeated and you can win in the marketplace. No, 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 no. So it starts with your attitude. And let's
I
take it,
want
let's
you,
make it more profound.
Triple A. I want you to
Yeah,
say that
yeah, yeah.
there is no way that you're defeated. That's defeated in your mind, that you can win in
Yes.
the marketplace. So if you're
It's
defeated
not
in your
possible.
mind, you
Yeah.
can't play in the marketplace. Mm,
No, you can. No, you can't. You
mm,
can't. You see,
mm.
it takes a winner. It takes a winner to win. You see, people think, "Oh, I won." No, 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 no. You win because you're a winner.
Woo!
You lose and you fail because you're a failure. It's a mindset. It's your mental attitude. So
Triple A,
you
stop.
come.
Triple A, stop. This is the problem I have with you. This is my issue with you. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So what you're
Okay.
saying to me
All right.
now is, because it's a question
Yeah.
of perspective, and perspective matters
Yeah.
in the game of life. You are a
Yeah.
winner. You're
No,
not
you
a
win
winner
because
because
you're a
you
winner.
won. You're not a winner because
No,
you won. You won
exactly.
because you're a winner.
Because you're a winner. Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
yesterday I had a master class.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
left a question which you literally have answered. I know the answer, but you literally have answered. And I asked them, is
Yeah.
greatness, do you become great because of the outcome, or are you great in the process to the outcome? And which is really what you've addressed right here. I hear my sound is low.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dr. Triple A. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right. Okay. So yeah. So and that's the thing. And that's the thing. You see, success. Your environment is a product of your environment. Your environment is a product of your environment. What happens on your outside is a product of what has happened in your inside, already happened to you. You cannot win on the outside if you carry a defeatist mentality there. You don't say,
Hmm.
I'm going to be the world's greatest player, I'm going to be on top in my industry, and you already like, you know what, I've lost. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You win. You win from inside. You win from your home. Before you left, before you took the battle to the street, before you went to the market, you already won. You win inside. That's what happens. And that's exactly what happened to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali said something very powerful. When he was playing, when he was, he kept on saying, I'm the greatest. That's why I love that song. I'm the world's greatest. He kept on telling them, I'm the world's greatest. Look, you need to get to a level. Let me tell you, we are so used to believing what people say, but we never believe what we say.
Woo!
And I dare you to tell yourself, look yourself in the mirror, wake up in the morning and tell yourself, I'm a champion. Tell yourself, I'm great. Tell yourself, in business, I'm winning. I am a winner. I'm good. I'm a millionaire. I don't know what happens to others, but I'm saying to myself, I'm a millionaire. And when I show up when I am, people around me also win. I'm contagious. I'm stronger than a virus. I'm so strong. I'm so successful. You say to yourself, get up. When you get yourself to that stage and you show up in the marketplace, you begin to attract customers, you begin to attract people. It shows in your confidence, it shows in the way that you do things. We are too used to people telling us that we are losers, that we so much believe them. And let me tell you something, there's a problem when you listen to experts who tell you that you don't know how to do what you're doing.
Mm.
Stop listening. Look, come on, listen to yourself, for God's sake, for once. And please don't listen to yourself, the voice of the defeated side of you that tells you, what, things are not working, this and not that, this is no, no, no. Please, for once in your life, listen to that side of you that says, you know what, you're great. You know that you're strong. You know that you're a winner. You know that you made it. You know that there's a reason why people are calling you. It's because you've got what it takes. Why don't you listen to that side of you? I love what Maya Angelou said. He said some of us we're afraid of our own victory. We're afraid of our own success. We're afraid to shine our light. Come on.
Mm.
That's the first thing I
Yeah.
want you to understand. If you get this, you will succeed with ease. This is the foundation to it all. I want
Mm.
you to get up, say to
Press it.
yourself, I'm going to go sell in that market. I'm going to make it. I'm going to sell it. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the economy is saying. I will succeed. The lion never goes hungry. No matter what the economy of the jungle, the lion does not wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to go hungry today. The lion says, you know what, there's meat for me. You understand what I'm saying? The lion gets up, looks at the elephant and says, this is food.
Mm.
The lion, the elephant is big, huge. I mean, can stomp the lion out. The lion is thinking, this is food, man. This is food, man. He looks at the giraffe. He says, this guy is tall. He doesn't say this guy is tall. No, he says, this is food, man. He looks at the buffalo with all the sharp horns, and this guy is saying, this is food, man. So that means no matter the industries, no matter the giants and the Goliaths in the industry, you are going to succeed. Say to yourself, I will succeed. I'm going to make it. I'm going to take a portion of market share. It's coming to me. I don't care what they say. It's coming to me, right? I'm going to my portion. That's the way it is. When you go out with that mentality, when you know listen to me, you win because you're a winner. You fail because you're a failure. When you agree with yourself that you have failed, you have failed. So let's understand these things. Once you get that right, and that's the reason, look, very few people can look at themselves in the mirror, look at themselves eyeball to eyeball in the mirror and tell themselves something good. I dare you. I'm saying to you, I dare you to look at yourself in the mirror and start telling yourself good stuff. Because you look, this is powerful. You become what you say. You become what you say to yourself. Let me tell you the danger of you saying bad things to yourself. Let me tell you the danger of you releasing wrong space. Let me tell you the danger
Mm.
of you speaking, and let me tell you what that is. It's
Mm.
dangerous. We
Mm.
need to get to a level where we empower ourselves. Wake up in the morning, look at yourself and say, man, I'm handsome, I'm good, I'm going to make it. Today I'm succeeding. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing those 10 units today. I'm making that money today. Today I'm coming back and I'm smiling. Today I'm coming back and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to dance because it's going to work for me. Right? And that's the same mindset that Muhammad Ali would take to to that ring. He goes and says, you know what? I'm gonna hit you like a butterfly. I'm gonna eat you like a sting, like a scorpion. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna break you down. And the guy keeps on, he just keeps on doing it. And people were wondering, how is this guy doing it? That's the thing, right?
Mm.
You've got to have that in your mind. Remember, once you lose inside, you've lost on your outside. Your environment determines your environment. What you're seeing
Mm.
in your life has always been is a product of your self meditations, your self conversations, and that is also for a business person. Understand, number one, don't joke with your spiritual foundation. You need an anchor, and then from that anchor, then you need to speak yourself out of anything that you are in. And literally, it works. I'm not kidding you. It literally
Before you
works.
go on, Dr. Triple A, I am so, first of all, that was an amazing time that we've had so far. Because many times when we say we're going to have a business conversation, what happens with people is they want to start hearing about structuring. They want to hear about how they're computing a price, what kind of
Yeah,
strategy,
yeah,
where are my clients,
yeah,
10 ways to sell,
yeah,
and all of that. And as important as all of that is, there's the principle of first
yeah,
things first. Because the right
yeah,
mind, the right perspective, and the right understanding allows you now to
yeah.
find a methodology that is applicable to you and that you can deploy. So before you run and
Exactly.
hit the market, you must first of all have settled certain things, ceteris paribus. Can we even have certain things all being equal? Can we say all being equal, you are mentally ready for what you're about to do? All being equal, you've already seen
Exactly.
what you want happening. All things being equal, you
I'm
are
telling you.
mentally strong. All things being equal, you believe that you are the right person. All things being equal, you've
Do
accepted
you
that you are
know?
fully equipped to excel and wired to win. All right.
I'm telling you. Do you know? Do you know that the universe might bring you 50 million and you cut it down to 5 million. Why? Because you're not ready for it. You're not ready for it. Are you ready for your next level? People shout and scream, and people go around, they pray, they shout, and all that. But let me tell you something: the universe cannot help you if you don't have the capacity to receive what it's bringing to you. Are you ready for it? Is your mindset in the place where you want? So people say, you know what? When you tell people, and they turn into prayer points. Just stop all that. I mean, for me, I think just stop it. Don't do that to yourself.
Sir,
you cannot receive.
Before you go, this is. Can I just ask everybody to share this video to their WhatsApp groups, their Telegram groups, their Facebook pages? Because I think you are selfish to be getting all of this and then you're keeping it to yourself. I need everybody to thrive. You can't be the only person thriving in the marketplace. Others will pull you down. So that's why I tell people I mentor for a selfish reason, because I need all of you doing well. So when only one person is carrying the weight of everybody, that's too much. Get people to level up with you, and you can fly easier. So please share this right now to your, especially WhatsApp, be outside of Facebook. Send it to your WhatsApp groups. Send it to all the different platforms that you're in. This has to happen. You got to hear what Dr. Triple A is saying. Dr. Triple A, please go ahead. Go ahead. I promise.
All right. So honestly, all right. Honestly, we need to understand this. People want to pray. You want to pray prayer points. You want to shout. You want to scream and all those things. But I'm daring you. Are you ready for the king's palace? Because you see, when they called Joseph, Joseph was ready, man. He was ready. He was ready. He was born ready. I tell people, are you prepared for your next level? You're the kind of client. So let's start easing into this thing now. The kind of clients that you want to receive, they are kings. It's only kings that can pay the money that you want.
True.
The common man cannot pay what you deserve. Only kings can pay you what you truly deserve. Let's be real with this. But the question is, are you ready for the king's palace? Are you ready to stand before the king? Do you have what it takes to dress to stand in the presence of the king?
Palace
Do you
behavior.
smell like somebody that should? Palace behavior. Do you have it? Do you have it? Because that is the next level now. And I'm not trying to psych you or push you up. I'm telling you reality. Reality. This is the season where we all shout and scream and say all sorts of things. So first off, you sorted your foundation. Two, yourself. Now this is it. You sorted your mind, because your mind determines what you mind. Your mind determines what you mind. Some people can never mine more than charcoal. Some people will mine diamonds, while some people will mine uranium. The question is, your mind, does it have the capacity to mine what you deserve? Right?
What's is all this? I didn't bring you here to come across problem. I didn't bring you here to come. I didn't bring you here to cause problem. Truthfully, I have never stood up on a set. I've never stood up on the corner. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Because that is the problem. That's the problem. That's why I said to you, if they bring you 50 million, will you be able? Do you have the capacity to accept it the way you are now? Stop praying for something you are not ready for.
Stop praying for what you're not ready for.
Stop praying for something. What are you for? You don't have the capacity for it. You want to receive 30,000 liters of petrol, but you only have a 30 liters keg. For God's sake, are you ready for what you're saying? Are you ready for what we're saying?
That's why, Dr. Triple A, that's why God will never give you more than you can bear. He will never bless you beyond your capacity.
That's it. That's it. That's it. We cannot have and receive what we cannot manage. You can only receive what you can manage. Can you manage it? Because God doesn't want you to die. God doesn't want you to just go get destroyed anyhow. And that's what I keep telling myself. That's why I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm pushing myself. I'm drilling my mind. I'm putting stuff in my mind because my mind must be ready to mine what I want. Is it ready? Is it ready? Let me tell you something. If I give you all the best methods, I give you all the best, and I'll tell you with all sense of humility, and I'm not joking, I'm not kidding you, because I lecture on business. I lecture on business. I consult on business. I teach on business. I drink and I eat business.
And then
I
you
can
do
give you all
business.
sorts of
Exactly.
techniques. I do, and I do business. Honestly, I do business.
Yeah.
I do business. I publish. I print. I consult. I sell. I mean, come on, name it. I mean, we produce clothes. We produce brands and all that. Ah, reminds me. Hey, you. I owe you shit. Hey, I
Yes, you
remember.
owe me one.
I remember. Okay, all right. We'll work on it. I just remember now. Yeah, I remember that. All right. So I mean, so I literally do what I say, and I say what I do. Now, so but let me tell you this: if you were not ready for what it is that you want to pull, I don't care. Look, if we give you the best methods in the world, all the best techniques, they will not work for you because your mind is not ready to accept it. So it starts with you. It starts with you. All right. Now, next up, I want to talk about this because this is very important to me. And I've spoken to a lot of small businesses and spoken to because look, you are David. You're trying to fight Goliath. Who are Goliaths? The big guys, the big guns. These guys are doing very well. They have the money, they have the resources. But you are the David and you're coming into the terrain and you want to take over. How do you win? Very simple. You've got to get to a level where you make noise about yourself. I am tired of businesses that want to thrive that are not making they're not making noise. You know, people can talk about African magic, they can talk about Big Brother, but they don't talk about their businesses. For God's sakes, you know, I was sharing, I was sharing somewhere, and we're talking, and one of the things that I really talked about was the fact that you know that out of sight is out of mind. Out of sight is out of mind. You're not talking about your business. You're not telling people about what you do. You're not making noise about the things that you're doing. You know, talk about it. How many places do you share about your business? You want to thrive in business and you're not talking about your business. You're not talking about the things that you do. People don't read. Look, has it ever happened to you where literally somebody, you were having conversation with somebody say, yeah, I forgot about you. Oh, I forgot about you. I forgot about you. I've forgotten that you do this. That you do this. I mean, I literally gave out a deal to somebody. I've forgotten you're the one. Ah, hey. The reason why that happens is basically because you have not been talking about your business. Let's talk about visibility. How visible are you online? How visible are you when it comes to people talking about business? And this is one of the key things that is very powerful. Oh, okay, AU seems to have gone offline, and I'm sure it's going to come on very soon. It's very important that you understand this. You need to get to a point where you are visible when it comes. If you can hear me, if you can see me, please, I want you to make a comment or something. Please let me know. All right. Now, visibility is very key. You need to get to the next level where you have to start to make literal noise about yourself, about your business. Talk about your business. Talk about your business. Make noise about your business. Yeah, thank you. Make noise about your business. Talk about your business. Do you know this? That people don't buy from the best businesses. They buy from the businesses that make the loudest noise. They buy from businesses that make the loudest noise. Thank you so much, Shamaka. They actually literally buy from businesses that actually make the loudest noise, that scream the most, that talk the most about the things that they do. Look, let me tell you this. Yes, have the best service, have the best customer service. But if people don't know about your process, they don't know how you do things, you don't really share, you don't have a website, you don't have a Facebook account, you don't have an Instagram account, you don't use your WhatsApp status, you don't share about the things that you do, it will affect you when it comes to business. In this season, more than anything, with all the policies and everything, people are still buying. People are still buying. Friends, people are still buying. People are still buying things. People are still running services. It is the season for you to talk more about the things that you do. Help people more. All right. Of course, there's strategies, content marketing. Start to write a lot. You see, last year I lost my account that I had worked with. I mean, I've literally built it for years, about 18 years there, about me, my Facebook account and everything. I started all over again. I started writing. Guess what? Now I post, sometimes I post up to 3 to 4 posts a day, talking about the things that I love to do, talking about how I solve problems for people and all those kind of things, and share my thoughts. I talk. I just talk online. Why? Because you see, when you start to talk about certain things, you are recognized as an authority in those areas. It's just a principle, right? So it's very important for you to start to work on those things. Begin to talk about the things that you do. It's very critical. I don't know. Somebody should give me an example. What it is that you do. I need somebody in the comment right now. Give me an example of your business, and let's use your business, to make a good example. All right. So if you are producing shoes, how come you're not talking about the best ways to preserve shoes online? I mean, talk about it, share about it, do a masterclass about how to preserve your shoes, how to preserve people's shoes and stuff. I remember speaking to somebody and advising that person, you know what? Why don't you start doing something, running some short stuff about how people can preserve their shoes, how, begin to talk about related things, the kind of shoe polish that spoils shoes, the ones that don't spoil shoes, the ones that help you. Talk about these things, how to preserve your shoes, how to make those things, and all that. Yeah, you're going to lose out a lot. You see, if you don't talk about all these things, and these things are very, very powerful, very, very key. Oh, I'm missing AU already. I'm missing AU. Where's AU? Somebody look for AU for me. And these things are very critical. We need to start working on them. If you're going to thrive in this season, remember this: you need to make a heck of a noise, right? If you don't have a budget for your adverts, you're not making adverts online, how will you get your preferred target market? How? So some people say, you know what, they do organic, okay? But guess what? Organic takes time. It takes strategy. It's not like it does not work. But you see, you can actually literally build your audience faster. You can get your preferred target market faster when you actually do ads. This year, one of the things I made up my mind, and I want to tell you too, is that you must make it a rule. Make it a rule. Say to yourself, I am going to do ads this year. I'm going to literally do ads. I'm going to run ads to my preferred audience. Sell. You can't say you're a business and you're not selling. What are you doing? You're not an NGO. You should make money. So it's very important that you go out there and start to do whatever it is that you need to do. It's very critical. Hey, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I miss you. Welcome back.
I know. I've been doing some stuff at the back end. I was following everything. So please just go ahead. I've been following through.
All right. Okay, great. All right. So it's very critical we need to do that. I'm telling you that we need to get to the point where we literally, start to. And you know what? Let's begin to talk to people. Let's begin to make noise. Let's begin to talk to people. Let's begin to talk to people. When people come to me and they say, you know what, I'm not selling. The question is, it's just like the story of the rich grandfather who literally funded his own, grandchild, and then that one had an office, so he went visited and showed up in the office and said, "How you doing?" Say, "Grandpa, the customers are not coming." He said, "No. You are not going after customers. They don't come to you. You go to them. You go to them. You stand up and you go to them. So if you're going to sell, you've got to get up and make noise. Reach out to your customers. Talk to them. And let me tell you something. There is something unique about your business. There's something that you have that others don't have. That is literally what we call your unique selling point. And that's what you should concentrate more on in this season. Because you're a David, because you're small, because you does not mean that you're not going to make it. So there are strategies and there are things you can do. You go ahead and begin to look at the things. Look, some businesses are so big that there's some things they cannot offer. Okay? There's some things that they can't offer. So you begin to look for those loopholes and then begin to offer them and all that. But understand this: as long as you are visible, the more visible you are, the more your chances of getting customers. All right. And now remember, we call them leads actually, because you have leads. You have more people who are coming to your funnel who are asking about the things that you do. They know what it is that you do, and they're interested, and they're like, you know what, I want to do business with you. And then you need this next one. We call it a conversion. You need a conversion skill, the ability to convince people that you are the best person to do the job. All right, and that's why, let me tell you this: you need some wins under your belt. You need wins under your belt. That's why sometimes you might have to do some things for free. Now, if you're in consulting, do some things for very, very credible people. Do it for free so that you can have some wins under your belt. So you can say, you know what, that's my portfolio. If you're a graphics designer, do very crazy designs for people and then show that, okay, these are the things I've done. Literally, we call it the briefcase technique. You must be able to convince me or convince somebody that, you know what, I've done this, and these are the things that I've done. It makes you sell faster than for you to tell stories, because that's what people do. You want to start telling stories. No, no, no. You don't have time to. Not somebody like AU, a busy person. You want to sell to AU, and you are telling stories. No, no, no. Show him. This is what I've done. It can show that, you know what, these are the things that I've done. It makes a lot of sense. You sell faster that way when you're able to show and display, these are the things that I'm able to do. All right, and that's part of the things that I do. I mean, one of the things that got a deal for me was the fact that I was able to prove that I've been doing, a certain job more than 10 years. I've been doing more than 10 years. I was able to prove it. You see, merely I show that. I mean, the client said, you know what, I need to talk with you. And then we had a discussion. His person said, you know what, you're the person for the job. You guaranteed I'm giving you this job. That was just it. You need to bring credibility to. Let me tell you, people have been scammed. People have been robbed. People have been defrauded. People need credible people to do their jobs for them. And the only way you can prove to them that you are credible is for you to show the things you've done. Look, sometimes, and I'll be sincere with you, sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's just about the fact that the client you're doing the job for is going to give you more open doors. You do some jobs because those jobs are going to open. Once people know you did something for that person, they're like, you know what? What? Because that person is a gatekeeper. You must be strategic in the way you do business. It's not just everything is not about the money. It's about you being smart. It's about you knowing that, you know what, if I solve this person's problem, this person, people respect this person. I'll tell you a quick story. So there was this guy. I'm not going to use his real name, right? So let me just call him Sadiq. All right. So Sadiq is a tailor. Guess what? See, guys, let's get this real. Let's get real here. Some people think that you need fancy educations, you need a lot of big education to succeed. No, you need common sense to succeed, and a lot of wisdom. While I'm a driver for education, and I study, and I do, honestly, I do. I read a lot. I go for courses. I'm still building myself. I go for stock. Found out that it was like a conversation that Reverend Samadi Emi was having. He said he had a discussion with a lot of people, billionaires in Nigeria, and it's called a lot of them don't have university education. So he said to himself, "See that university or tertiary education is making people stupid or what?" Anyway, that's a conversation for another time. Because it looks as if, sometimes that the people that go to school are formatted to think, industrially. Because some of the education the way that we're thinking, the education that we're still using now is like 1814, the Prussian education.
It's
that system.
Absolutely obsolete.
You understand? But we need to begin to actually think and use our brain and begin to work harder and think more. And let me get back to what I was saying. So Sadiq is a tailor. This guy does not have more than secondary school education, but this guy is extremely good. And this guy just realizes that, you know what, I'm going to be like this all my life if I don't get somebody, a major gatekeeper. I don't get somebody who runs a power circle. You see, there's some people that they are called, they own power. I call them power dealers. Yeah, you call them a power broker. All right, And he said to himself, you know what? There's somebody that I need. And it so happens that the governor in his state loves to dress well. But so he looks and sees that this governor, I mean, he's not dressing well like he should. And this guy says to himself, I know I have what it takes. The same way I'm speaking, and I sense that somebody is watching me right now. You have what it takes. And so he says to himself, I have what it takes. You know what? I'm good. So he looks at the guy. You know, there's some tailors that they look at you and they will produce something without measuring you. They can actually produce what will fit you.
Yeah.
That was this guy. So he looked at the picture and produced exactly what the governor would, and then he went to the governor's place and then he would drop it. So he kept on dropping. So as he made more money, you know, he would make one fantastic wear and drop it at the gate. And so the people at the gate, you know, they just kept on saying, "Oh, it's for the governor, it's for the governor." So I'm talking real life. It's a real life story. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I'm just not mentioning the real name. And so they pick the clothes from the gate. Oh, it's for the governor. And then they take it in and they dump it in the governor's wardrobe somewhere. And so one day the governor wants to go out, right? He wants to go out, the major event, he wants to look cool, and his wife dresses him, right? His wife chooses what he wears and all that. And then they were looking through, and she was like, "Guy, I don't like all these things you're wearing now. These things are..." And then while she was busy, she sees where Sodiq's clothes were being piled. She's like, "What? Look at these clothes now. Alpha, guy, you have this one." I was like, I don't even know it was there. So let's wear one. So they look and they bring one fantastic cap, and then the guy puts it on and he gets to the event, and everybody's like, "Wow, where did you get this?" And the guy says, truthfully, I don't know. I don't know. So now everybody, and I literally mean everybody, Obasanjo is there, Tinubu is there, all the big guys from the north are there, the guys from the east are there, and the guy is saying to them, I don't know. And so everybody's like, no. What do you mean you don't know? How can you say you don't know? It means that you are trying to hide your source from us. So he goes out, and then the wife takes away all the old clothes and pours them out, and then he's only putting on the clothes that Sodiq brought, right? And Sodiq keeps on bringing these clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then the governor gets so embarrassed at the events that one day he just got angry. He said, "You know what? I'm tired. This guy that's making these clothes, next time he comes, arrest him for me. Just get the guy for me." So the guy shows up normally, comes to drop, and then the guys at the gate, they just grab him. And Sodiq is scared. Said, no. He said, "No, you don't need to scared." He said, the governor says that when you come, we must detain you. He wants to see you. So Sodiq comes in, and then the governor sees him, and the governor says, "Sodiq, what's up?" Say, "You guy, what's your name again? What's your name?" Said that one said, "This is my name." He said, "You know what? What's your problem? You have caused me trouble. Everywhere I go, they're telling me, asking me for my tailor. I don't even know you. Where did you say?" I'm just trying to just make ends meet. I'm just a tailor. I'm just trying to survive. I said, "Guy, you will survive this one. This one you will try. You don't have a choice." So the guy says, "What is your schedule for the whole of the week?" That one says, "Asa, I'm a tailor." He said, "Yes. You are going on the jet. You are going to the east. After you go to the east, you're going to the north. From the north, you're going to, because they are waiting. They've been disturbing my life. So you have to go and measure them." That's how Sodiq became a big boy. I'm telling you, true life story. He goes from one jet to the other, flies from one place to the other. When the governor was about leaving that, guess what happened? The governor said to Sodiq, "You've blessed me. You've increased my goodwill. What can I do for you?" The governor built Sodiq a 5-star hotel.
Wow.
Real life story. I'm telling you, Southwest in Nigeria. I'm telling you, real life story. Built him.
Yeah.
He gave him a land on the road and built him a 5-star hotel. He said, I may not be able to come back, but let me give you something. And so he built him a 5-star hotel.
Wow.
I'm telling you, real truth.
Wow.
So you need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to get to a level in life where you begin to actually look, if you're going to break out from the circle, because look, remember what I started with. Are you ready for the king's court? Are you ready for the palace? Are you ready? That's what Sodiq did. You need to put you need to hold your life in your hands and step out.
He positioned himself, and he's just was not geographical. His position
No.
was not physical. He positioned capacity and alignment.
Yes.
Guys, note this. So with capacity, he had expanded the notices, and then he aligned himself. He created a channel. Note this. He created a channel by which the value developed could be received, because many people can probably do way better than Sadiq can do.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've not been able to create a channel that's receivable. Remember, people,
that's it.
Value will only be value received. Until value is received, there can be no. So there was a product, a channel, platform, and then value flowed. So many people it's great to develop preparation. It's great to develop capacity. It's absolutely negotiated. But how do you communicate the value of what you have? So the communication of value, now Sadiq what he is today. Because when you talk of communication of value, you have a channel. The governor will never have known him. He did not create a channel that ensured that his delivered. It was, see, can I tell you something, Triple A? Can I tell you he sold?
Yeah.
Because he didn't produce the fabric. That fabric is sold. Fabric is sold everywhere. It wasn't the thread. Thread is. It wasn't the design. Anybody can cut anything. It was the delivered to the governor. The experience.
Yes.
So they asked him, "Who did this for you?" And the experience. Because of that, the king is now looking for him. A good kind of arrest. A fantastic arrest.
Detain him. Detain him for me.
So I'm asking Triple A. I'm asking for you.
Yeah.
Because of the experience you created for them. It's more than what you do. Your business is more than your product. Your business is even more than your solution. Your business really is the experience it creates. The experience it creates. If it's forgettable.
That's exactly what it is. Because there's a family that I'm coaching right now. I'm coaching a family. It's interesting. I started coaching the mother. And the mother said, "You know what? I want you to coach my son. The experience so wow for that. She said, "You know what? I need you to coach my son." Started coaching the son. This is just the second week. And guess what? The boy went to the mother and showed her the things that he had done in 2 weeks. And he said, "Mommy, I'm enjoying this. I didn't know I'm capable of this. Mommy, I want to continue." And the mother saw what he has done and she said, "What? She just told me about minutes before I just came online. She told me." And she said, "You know what? Are you serious right now? These are the things." He said, "Sir, thank you." I'm like, "Thank you for coming to me." That's the thing. It's an experience. It's what you take away. So you're right. What makes people work with you is the experience that they carry from you. And I tell people that there are four states, basic states: the state of glad, the state of sad, the state of mad, and the state of fad. Somebody's wondering what fad means. It means nonchalant. You're just like indifferent. You don't even know whether you were blessed or you were cursed or
Mm,
something. You don't even know whether you're hungry or you're sad. You don't even know how you feel.
mm.
So you are glad, you're
In
very
between,
happy,
in between.
you're sad. You're sad. You're like, no, this is a terrible experience. Your mad is like you're angry. Like, what? I mean, you didn't get what you paid for, and then you are indifferent. You don't even know. So if somebody comes to you and they experience your brand, they experience your service, how do they walk away? Are they so happy that they go tell other people, come and see, taste and see, this is great? Do they do what the Samaritan woman do? Do they go running, go announce you to the whole entire village and
I
shout and
have
say, hey,
I
come
have
and
seen a
see,
man.
I've seen a man. Guys, come, everybody come.
I've seen a baker. Can people go around and
You understand?
I've seen a specialist? I come and see. I have seen a man. What are people saying about you based on the experience that they have of you? Because this is the heart of business. This is how you will thrive. Every single
Yeah,
thing that Dr. Tripoli has now for the last 1 hour is the manual for spite of any situation. Because whether you like it or not, as long as there's breath, people will seek them. They'll seek for the things that they perceive to be useful to them. Somebody must meet that need. The question: why are you not the one that rightly positions you to be able to deliver that experience? Why are you focusing on? It was Vusi Tembakwayo that said that the man with a great product but a poor should not fool himself to think he's better than a man with regular product, but your product is not enough. It's necessary.
Yeah.
Your service can never be enough. There must be something that precision to retention. There's something that must breed loyalty. There's something that, because for an employee, what makes you unfireable at your workplace is the experience. The customers are the ones that say, that guy, he can't go. And if you are ever fired, the customers are the ones that will show the organization that was because of the experience. So it's not right. The solution is key, but it's not enough. What makes the difference existing to striving to is the experience you deliver?
That's very key. I want to drop. I want to. Honestly, I want to drop one more because I don't know. I mean, I don't know because of time.
No,
just quick one. Drop one more.
I just stripped that in. I told you today is the Dr. Trip. I just remember that I just dropped that. Please, you still have the floor.
All right. Okay, sir. All right. So basically, one major thing that's going to help you thrive now is an understanding of your cost of production. I've been having conversations with people for a while now. I've been having conversations with people. The economy is changing, things are happening, and people are losing money because they have no proper, it's like you lost your sense of direction. There's something in your hair, that's your EAR, that determines your sense of balance, right? Now, if I am a professional boxer, I can hit you at that sport, and what happens is I can knock you down with it. Why? Because you suddenly lose your sense of balance, and you're just like you don't know where you are again. You're down. All right, your sense of balance, and you just go down. Now that's what's happening with the economic recession or depression right now. It's happening and it's hitting people at where they should balance, and it's affecting their pricing. Now, if you're not careful and you're not getting your cost of productions right, you are going to lose big in business in the season. You got to be very careful. your ears must be well placed near your market. Look, if you are a supplier, if you are somebody who produces, your manufacturer, you produce something, understand that you're still sourcing things. If you don't have a full store where you have those things and they're going to like run you through for the whole year, my man, my woman, my dear lady, I want to plead with you, go make sure that your ears are peeled carefully near the market so you could get all your cost of production correct. I mean, it's happened to people around me where you actually you give them a quotation only for you to discover that it changed. Guess who loses? You lose. You lose because you discover that, I mean, sometimes the entire money you spend is exactly the entire thing you place as a quotation is exactly the whole money you're going to spend on that whole project. And then you're in trouble because you don't make profit and you have stuff to pay. You have people to pay. You have things to solve. So more than, look, I'm telling you the reality of things. Be sensitive to your cost of production. Don't joke with it. This is the time for you to ensure that you know and understand these things. If you want to try now, make sure that you're finding that. Look, make sure you're not far from the market. Don't be far from your market. Don't be far from your suppliers. Don't be far from the people that you're doing business with. You understand? And then, and I'm going to drop one more quickly. I want you to understand right now that, look, because the things that I'm dropping today, I'm not dropping your average methodology. I'm just dropping things that I found out by observation that will help you. You need to become an empathetic business owner. Yes, and so quickly, I want to come back to what AU said in the beginning. So organizations say that, you know what, people are our greatest resource. Yeah, okay. If people are your greatest resource, why is it that it is first people that you sack? Why do we do that? Why? Because it's not so. You see, what makes your business work is system, but don't forget, people manage those systems. The reason why a lot of systems fail is because we actually sometimes we ourselves eject our system players, the people that actually run those systems effectively, we kick them out. And then you say you have problems because you just kicked out your best players and then your competitors will pick them up. Imagine you spending money building somebody for years and then you kick them out. Guess what? The law of the universe is very important. It's very, very powerful. It states that for every labor, there is a reward. So these guys have worked with you for years. You kick them out, guess what happens? The universe rewards them by either providing resources in the form of sponsors who help them set up their own businesses. And guess who becomes your next door competitor? The guys you ejected.
You better than you understand yourself.
Exactly. They understand your system more than you because they were running your system.
The guy that ran,
I'm telling you.
For you.
The one that ran your system, go, that's the key, the cover to your system.
And what not to do. Knows
and what not to do.
What not to do about
you understand? You understand that you keep that person up. Instead of you to actually sit the person down and tell them, guess what? Empathetic business owners are smart. Because what they do is that they call those guys and sit them down. See, guys, this is what's going on in our organization right now. Guys, what do we do? Guess what? It is those guys that bring the solution.
True that.
Because they are vested in your organization, that's where they eat, that's where they feed their families from. These guys are invested, they are invested in your organization. They're the ones that bring the solution. They're the ones that tell you, say, boss, you know what, let's do this. They're the ones that tell you, now it's time, boss, let's start to this. It's time to do this. Look, I have a mentor who has never sacked a staff, not once. She has people that have been working with her for 24, 25 years. And these people, all of them are doing extremely well today. Most of them build houses, they have cars, their children are going to great places. Same organization. And it's a multi-million naira organization. And they sell internationally. Not once, 25 years, same person working with her. Why? Because you see, we need to start to get to a level where we understand that our staff are actually part of us. They are family. Your staff is your family. Oh. You don't know.
If,
Yes, they are.
if you understand
You are feeling,
trust, then people see it that way.
honestly, honestly, they are family. And so the decisions that we make, we don't, yes, we are the leader because every system requires a leader. But you see, all of them
Yeah.
together, they are the ones that tell us, these guys are good. If you are smart, you surround yourself with smarter people.
Yeah,
You're not, you should not be the,
as it said many times, that generals are great, but generals don't make an army. It's amazing,
yeah,
it's fantastic, but generals don't make an army. And
they don't make an
if
army.
you're willing to invest in software, you're willing to invest licenses and also statutory, you're not willing to invest in people.
Yeah.
People in business with people in business. I've said that for many years across the span of my career. When two things happen. Number one, you send out a signal that are giving their best, that giving their best is not worth it.
Yeah.
People begin to think that giving their best on their job is not worth it. Yeah, number one, they begin to disconnect from the space job that you give to them. They begin to disconnect from that space, and they don't see an alignment and what they see for themselves in their future. They don't see that alignment. Why? People over time, and it's amazing that we're able to come back to this conversation asking that question at the beginning, because this year they want you to pay attention to your human capital. There's a reason capital. Pay attention. Be ready to go to any development. Ensure that they are trained, rightly equipped, action, know what to do, and they can do what to do. Not clear about it. When they're not equipped enough to be able to perform. And I know appraisal and review and all of that, but by the time you find yourself threatening you've already deviated from whatever your master plan was. And I say that without, if you're constantly threatening, we'll fire you if you don't know, we'll fire you if you don't know, we'll fire you if you don't do this. They don't even understand the vision. And so at that stage, and I said, looking at levels, you must have managers, you must have mentors, and must have models. One person can end one, but all these three must be. So you have the managers that beat them into shape. You have the mentors that hold them back up to, and then they're able to grow into. And so if you don't create this environment function this year, guys, for those of you that have staffers and those of you that are working, sure that you rightly create the best environment to grow. The goal is to see your people grow, knowing that as they. That's why from the onset, it's a relationship. You've already selected. Commit to ensuring that these people and that you grow with them. I think it's important, Tripoli. Because many times with the mindset, and then we forget the people through which will be instrumentalities of all that we have, and we're wondering why things are not working the way they should.
Yeah.
We are wondering as they should.
I can give you I can give you two examples. I worked with 2 millionaires early in life, 2 millionaires. For one reason or the other, I'm sure God knew what my journey would be. So I'd always worked with with business owners, sort of, I worked with somebody who ran the sixth largest Nokia store in Africa years ago.
Hmm.
I was in that business, and I was the operations manager. And while we were running it, I realized that his greatest weakness was in treating people. He was
Hmm.
making money, but he had no regard for his people. He lost his chief marketer, the guy that made all his jingles work, the guy that brought him all the crowd. That guy like crap. That guy left. When that gentleman left, I knew we were in trouble. And
Hmm.
so yeah, he kept on paying other people, but the guy was smart. The guy was intelligent. He was the one that was writing the scripts. So when the guy left, there was problem.
Hmm.
And then there was a time he kept on. I mean, he was making millions. You know how dangerous it is when you're making millions every day in sales, but you're not treating your staff right. What you're simply doing is that
It's
you are
humble.
actually raising armed robbers. You are raising armed robbers, guys that will rob you. And that's exactly what happened. I was speaking to him, I was trying to explain to him. I was the one that was copying the people, because they were stealing his things. They would steal phones, and I would cop them, I would stop them, I kept on, giving them incentives, helping them, giving them opportunities, and they loved me for it. And they kept on telling me, it's because it's you, Nee, it's because it's you, you're the one, this and that, and I'll keep on quieting them. And I would go to him, okay, treat these people well. And so one day he decided he was going to sack me. He said I was always talking to him too much about the people. So he said he should let me go. So yeah, so I took I said no problem. I got my letter. I walked up to him and he said he's not going to see me. I said, why are you sacking me? What did I do wrong? And he said, he told people, he says I was busy talking to him about the people, what concerns me about how he treats people and all those things. I said, no problem. Second thought, I got to hear that he said that, well, you know what, this guy is too big for this place. Let him go. I mean, they told me. They told me. That's what he said. That if you go, Jerry, that this guy is too late. You would let him go and succeed. He's too big for this place. He needs to go do something else somewhere. And so, they said, okay, let him go. No problem. But guess what? It was not that somebody and that was my job. I was the one that was taking the money, literally carrying millions to the bank every day. Somebody was carrying the money to the bank and disappeared with the money.
Ah.
Carried the money away.
Ah.
That hit a dent in that business. I'm talking like 3 million at that time. So years ago.
Wow.
You understand? That was the beginning of the trouble. That business today is gone. There was another gentleman too. I worked with him, also a millionaire. We were working with the state government. We were doing stuff for the state government, printing, publishing. I'm talking contracts of 50 million, 150 million, stuff like that. But this guy never paid us money. He would never pay us. I would sit and literally sleep in the office. And I mean it. I'm being sincere. God's truth. I would sleep overnight in the office, working on product ideas and stuff because I was the head of the product development consultancy. So I was developing products for the organization. I would literally sleep in the office. I would run home in the morning around 6 a.m., take my bath and everything, come back again. I'll take my
And come
breakfast in
back.
the office.
Cycle
I'm
back.
telling you. But the guy did not pay
Remember,
us. He was not paying us. He was owing us money.
remember a conversation we had in 2020, right? It was on the
Yeah.
Triple A show. It was on, and I made a comment which just came back to mind as you were speaking. That if it
Yeah.
go down, and I stand by it again today. If you don't ever want your business to fail, to thrive, do everything to guarantee stakeholder satisfaction.
Yeah.
To guarantee
I remember.
stakeholder satisfaction.
I remember.
Stakeholders
I remember.
are your staff, are your vendors, your suppliers, your staff, your
Yeah.
board, but your staff are also part
Yeah.
of your stakeholders. If stakeholders satisfaction, stakeholders
Yes.
will ensure
True.
that the business will never. I said it then, I'm saying it again because I've seen it.
Yeah.
So every time I'm
Honestly.
working with clients
Honestly.
and doing reviews and strategic plans for organizations, I'm looking for what delivers stakeholders. Many times people just want, no, that's just like the easiest route. You will have money, but it will not, or you will have money, but you will have bad service, palatable in the marketplace.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah. Honestly.
think of how to ensure that all are satisfied, and then the stakeholders will themselves ensure with your participation that your business does not fail.
Honestly. And that's the pure truth right there. I agree with you. I'm telling you, you're right. I'm telling you, you're very right, because that's exactly it is. So of course, I remember telling him and all that. I told him, I explained to him and all that. He also did not listen. He didn't listen. Eventually, what happened? Because you see, it's interesting how life is very important. Life is very key. How, in a very interesting way, he kept on having the best of people, even with his deadbeat, attitude. He kept on having the best of people, but guess what? They kept on leaving him. They would not stay. I mean, who wants to stay in a place where you don't get paid? Do you understand? Who wants to get paid? Who wants to stay where you're being treated like crap? Nobody wants to stay in that kind of environment, And as usual, I was the one mediating. I was the one pleading. I was the one doing all of that, and all that, and it just made things worse. Eventually they all left. Today, as I'm talking, that organization is dead, way dead, right? Dead, dead. Guess what? The gentleman that owns it is also dead. He was killed.
Sad.
Wow. So these are real life stuff that we should look and actually learn from.
Sure.
You understand? See, I told my people today. I was having a session with them. I said, look, guys. Let's get this straight. Never owe anybody who works. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care how long it takes you. Pay them. Please do. Yoruba adage that says something very interesting. It says that the sweat of the laborer never dries. Never dries. See, he will keep on shouting. He will keep on speaking. You owe me, you owe me, you owe me. And that's literally like, speaking something dead, something positive, the negative against the person that holds that person. Just speaking stuff, sending out wrong stuff to the universe. So it's very important that we literally, if somebody works for you, please pay them. Honestly, pay them. I don't care if you cannot pay them $1 million. If it's just 20,000, you can afford. Make sure that's it. It's simple. You see, as business owners, we must be ethic, and this is the season you start to consider whether you want your staff to work and do remote, or you want them to work and come to the office. If it's not conducive, can they work home? They work from home. I have a friend whose staff are in 5 different countries. 5 different countries. I'm telling you, his staff, they are in 5 different countries, 5 different timelines, 5 different time zones. And guess what? They're making millions. They're working hard, are submitting. People are doing well. So it has to do with your leadership. And you see, that's exactly what happens in the triangle of business success. I call it the triangle of business success, right? One of the key edges of your triangle, in your triangle, you've got 5 things. Your product, which we talked about, your product matters. If you are not positioned to earn in millions, if you're not registered, I promise you, You come up with corporations. I don't care how good you are. Your product might be the best in the whole world. If you're not registered, you can't have a corporate account. If you don't have a corporate account, you don't have your tax identification number, you cannot access
Yeah,
some deals.
limited. Yeah.
You're just limited with what you do. Next off, which we also talked about, is your communication. You being able to communicate your value to your customers, communicate your value to your staff. Next off is your cash flow, which is how money flows into your account and then goes out to your account. You need to understand this thing. Your business model.
Through your account.
How does money flow? How does your money flow? You need to understand your business model. And then you need to have systems in place, and which we're talking about to say that your team, which is the side of the triangle, is a critical part of your system. The culture. So I had a meeting last year. It was the last meeting I had with business people, and we're talking about culture. And we understand this, that culture will eat your strategy for breakfast. I don't care how brilliant your strategy is. If you create a negative culture, it will eat your strategy for breakfast. It will kill it. So we need to ensure that we create powerful, wonderful, rewarding, enhancing environment that allows our staff to deliver their best. Okay. Next off, of course, we need to understand why we're doing what we're doing. The mission, why you're doing your business. If you're going to thrive, you must understand why you're in business. If it's only for money, trust me, it's a matter of time before you have it. You must ensure that you're doing your business in a way. You must understand the why. If you want to ask why I do business, because why what I do, my whole objective with the Dr. AAA company is to ensure that we help people cut the bureaucracy between them and their success. That's just the grammar. We want to cut off the red tape. I mean, you want to succeed. Let's take out all the jargons and all the crap. Are you ready to succeed? Yeah, I'm ready to succeed. Okay, are you ready to do what it takes? Yes. Are you committed to the process? Okay, no problem. Sign here. Let's go. We'll help you take all that up, and then you do it. So either way, whatever it is, that is my core function. So if I'm publishing for you, I'm consulting for you, I'm coaching you, my goal is to help you to succeed in record time, to achieve your business corporate objectives in record time. That's my focus, right? Then the major one why I started this whole conversation is the leadership. And that's where we started from. The issue of the mindset. You yourself. There's something we call the leadership flaw. Let me tell you something. Your weakness is always show your business. If you're weak in marketing, it will show you. If you're a weak leader when it comes to enforcing things and creating sense, it will show your business.
It will show.
Whatever you're weak in will reflect in your business. And when we started this particular section of this discussion, what we're talking about is the fact that you need to develop this habit of developing your people. Understand that they are part of your system for you to succeed, for you to thrive.
Yeah.
You must put them into consideration, and you need to start developing them. Some people say, doctor, you know what? Why is it that I mean, I don't want to spend a lot of these people. When I develop, they leave me. No, let me tell you the truth. What you need to understand is that you created a system that loves people. Don't forget that when they're talking about those people, when they talk about them, they cannot talk about them without talking about you. Because you see, without talking about you, and guess what? That is the greatest marketing ever. Honestly, that's the greatest marketing ever. That's the greatest. You see, people will talk about how you help them. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And when people want to tell others about you, they will tell people about how you cared for them, not about how much you know. But this is an interesting thing. Do you know that people equate care into competence? Oh my God. Oh, look, I wish you get what I'm talking about. People equate care into competence. Listen to this. So somebody walks into you and you treat them well, they will say, man, that person is the best person ever. There is no service that is very, very credible, that receives credibility, a pass man proper care.
Truly.
So when they walk away, when they're talking about the fact that you know what, I know it was a great boss. I mean, that organization, they trained me. I'm who I am today because of them. Guess what they're doing? They are selling you. So your investment is not lost.
It's not
because
lost.
people never forget. It's not lost, but we need to continually develop them. We need to train them. We need to ensure that they are, because how will you rest? And that's what somebody just told me. A client of mine came to me recently and he said, "You know what? I'm not being able to rest." He said, "I have staff, but I can't rest. Of course, something was wrong."
So obviously,
And I just, as I said, "You
there's,
know what?
there's a there's a gap there, and
Honesty,
there lies the issue. You have people you can't rest because there's a disconnect between what they're meant to be doing and
yeah,
what exactly how that gap should be mitigated has been what we're talking about. But guess what, Dr. Tripoli? We're gonna have to pull the plug. We've done just over 1 hour 30 minutes. We're doing about 91
I'm
minutes.
telling you, I was just looking at the time now. I said,
You
wow,
and I can go on forever. You and I can have. But the reason why,
yeah,
as you for the guys watching, as you very well know, the Connect August 9, 2020, and before that, when it was AU Connect, scripted. It's my guy and I are just we're talking. This is how we are camera. So there's not like okay, so I'll ask you 3 questions. There's no that doesn't he came in with what he did. Because this is so I take my time to come on, and that's why you see that the quality of our conversations are so rich and be able to share so much from our hearts, to people, because like myself, he's also, I mean, I'm eager to see you do well. He's eager to see you do well. Whatever areas of competence you, all right, by way of the systems that we've created, which is the businesses that we do, allows you to be able to create something of your own. All right. So I want to say massive thank you to you. Again, as I always like to put you on the spot, we will have you back at a date that agree on our calendar. Maybe when we're discussing business again next month, and I'm sure about to throw an open poll to simply back to discuss business, or maybe back to discuss spiritual. Because I tell you, it's also a matter of bringing back to discuss something, but we'll find something that works, and we'll find the dates that we can use you, Dr. Tripoli. Thank you for honoring my invitation to be here.
Thank you very
much.
for
being a true brother, for sharing such fantastic insights, for sharing your heart with us today, for as it can be, and just sharing those examples. And you are everywhere. I don't know how to begin to bring the pieces back together.
Yeah.
And I think it's I am deeply, deeply grateful. Thank you so much. We have to run now. We have to unplug now. And share the video. Thank you everybody that joined in. Thank you. Those that will watch in the course of the week, you also to you in advance. Thank you very, very much. Keep watching this video, different platforms, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, for as long as those platforms exist for you. Go back and watch them. Guess what? Let me tell you a secret for those that are close to me. I watch Connect the same night. So it sticks. For the next two watching the Connect, those that are close to me know that I will be watching, not because I want to hear my voice. Sometimes I say things that when I'm watching, I'm like, my goodness, where did I get that revelation from? Wow, this is documented. I can repeat it with deeper understanding later. So I encourage you to do the same. Go back to the videos. You might have been cooking right now. You might have been juggling a million things, but go back to the videos in your quiet time. Listen to all this AAA has shared, and it's going to be, I mean, it guarantees to be a true blessing to you. All right, everybody, one more time. Thank you, Mom. Love to the family. And stay safe. We'll talk real soon. Thank you. Good night, everyone. And till we hook up again next Sunday, let's keep connecting.
Good night.